is Kristen Antolik. I'm just finishing my first semester as a veterinary technology student at St. Petersburg College. This video is to show the behaviors that I've trained my dog Toby over the last 5 weeks. Toby is a 3-year-old neutered male, and he has learned various behaviors in these sessions. We've learned sit, we've learned lay, we've learned touch a target, we've learned chaining behaviors, and we are still working on extinction of certain behaviors. The first thing that I'm going to start off with is to explain to you how I've conditioned the clicker. My primary reinforcer is a little bite-sized, tasty morsel. The secondary reinforcer is the clicker. The reason that the clicker is the secondary reinforcer is because the clicker alone does not have a positive connotation to the dog. The clicker marks something that the dog does, but without the treat, the clicker really doesn't mean all that much to Toby. Toby has learned through conditioning that he hears a click and immediately gets a treat following the sound of the click. I'm just going to give you a short example of how I conditioned him to the clicker. Without saying any commands, I just simply click, treat. By doing this several times, I've taught Toby that the sound of the clicker results in him getting a treat. This creates a physiological response from the dog once he hears the sound of the clicker. Now, the first behaviors that we learned on command are the commands sit and lay. Now, Toby is already in the laying position. He's being very good right now. Good boy, Toby. We're going to click and treat him because he's being so good right now. Oops. Okay. Now, I'm going to give the command, and let's see if he can listen. Toby, come. Sit. Sit. Come here. Come. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Lay. Good boy. Sometimes he does have problems with these two commands. He thinks that if he's not getting a treat, he should just try to lay or most of the time he reverts to laying when he's not getting anything. So sometimes I will give him the command sit and he automatically goes into a lay. This is a problem that we've been having, so I'm trying to get him to distinguish between the two commands. Toby, sit. 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 Good boy. In one of our second lessons, we started free shaping. Free shaping is something that I'm rewarding Toby for doing by himself. So I'm just waiting for him to perform an action and then click treat. The action that I chose to free shape with him was touching his nose to my face. I simply laid down on the floor and wait for him to touch my nose. Touch. The next behavior that we learned is touching the target. So what I did when teaching Toby this trick was that I put the ball in front of his face, and when he would touch his nose to the target, I would click and treat. Now, I've also incorporated the command touch. So when Toby hears the command touch, he knows to touch his nose to the ball, and then he will get a click and treat. See if I can do this. Touch. Good boy. Touch. Touch. One of the other behaviors I trained Toby to do was a chaining behavior, which I call up and lay and down and lay. The way that I trained Toby was to first have him lay down on the couch. He knows the command lay, so I said lay. The second thing I did was train him to walk up the stairs on the command up. After a while, we practiced those two things, and then once he was getting both of them consistently, I said up and lay. He then goes up the stairs and lays down on the couch, and that's his chaining behavior. Now I'm going to give him the command and see if he will perform this for us. Up and lay. Good boy. Down and lay. Now we're trying some training in a different location. We're going to try our simple commands and see if Toby can perform them outside instead of in the comfort of his own home. Sit. Sit. Lay. 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 Touch. Touch. Now we're going to practice sitting quietly while another person and dog walk by. Toby. Stay. Stay.
There you go.
Good boy. Good boy. In conclusion, Toby and I have learned quite a bit over the past 5 weeks of training. We've learned some new behaviors, and we're still working on the extinction of some old behaviors. He's shown great improvement over these few weeks, and I hope to continue my training with him. He's very responsive towards treats, and the clicker training is working beautifully with him. We've had a great time. It's strengthened our bond between dog and owner, and I now feel more confident in my own training techniques, and I feel more confident in helping others with their training.